Hi there, my name is Bit, and this is my budget deck profile for £25 or less, which is about $34 and about 50 cents. Now, a very quick intro to what we're doing here. Me and Kat have decided that every month we're going to pick a theme of deck randomly, and we are going to try and build a deck of that theme as close as possible of that theme under £25 and see how far we can get and make some duels and just have fun in general. So what we've done here is I've actually got a deck, and I think it was, well, actually I'm not going to tell you how much it cost altogether. I want you to comment down or think, what do you think the deck cost me? I actually got the deck box as well as part of a deal. Again, we're allowed to use websites online like Card Market and eBay and any other things, and Facebook and stuff where we can get cards from. I got the deck box. I also got these sleeves, and I actually have these black sleeves which I got in trades, so actually I didn't have to pay too much for that, which is great. Okay, so I got Fiend, and I wanted to pick something that, one, because I'm a returning player, didn't have too many crazy mechanics, and the other thing, I wanted them to be easy to play with. So I actually chose Evil Eye instead. So I'm going to butcher the names, I do apologize. What I'm going to do is quickly run through the cards and tell you what they do and why I've got them in there. So this is Sir Zeal, Watcher of the Evil Eye. Now he's really awesome because he's the main searcher of the deck. When you normal summon him, you get one Evil Eye card, including monsters, spells and traps from your deck, and add to your hand, but you cannot add him to your hand from the deck. And if he is equipped with Evil Eye of Selene, he destroys a special summon monster, but on your next standby phase, you have to destroy one card you control. It's such a cool looking card as well, and I was really happy I got these at a price. And what I'll try to do is maybe put a price somewhere at the bottom or at the end of the video, so you can see how much it actually cost me altogether. And then I have 3 Medusa of the Evil Eyes. Now she's awesome because what she does is when she is normal summoned, you can target an Evil Eye in your graveyard and just add it to your hand. It could be anything except herself, so she can add monsters, spells and traps back. And the other thing is, if she's got Evil Eye of Selene equipped to her, what she does is she banishes a card from your opponent's graveyard, but just like him, the back draw is that you have to actually banish on your next standby phase one from your graveyard. When I was playing this on YGO Pro, I had nothing in my graveyard, but I was still using her effect anyway. So I think that if you have nothing in your graveyard, you can still use her effect and banish nothing. And I have 3 Basilius, Familiar of the Evil Eye. Now, I was sort of thinking about maybe running 2 of these, but I thought, no, I want to run the Evil Eye archetype, so I just want to have 3 of these. Now, he's really cool because what he does is if you control an Evil Eye, you can special summon him from the hand. You can only do it once per turn. However, he's also extra foolish burial goods. What he does is you special summon him and you can pitch a card from your deck, a spell or trap card, Evil Eye spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard. So he's really awesome. And then I've got 2 Catablipas, probably butchered his name, but he's pretty cool because what he does is you can target an Evil Eye spell or trap and it cannot be destroyed until the end of the turn, cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, so he does protect. But mostly I'm just using him for his secondary effect, which is when he's in the graveyard, you can special summon him for free and then banish him when he leaves the field. And you can only use that once per turn, so he's really good just for the extender plays. And believe it or not, that is all the monsters. I hope Cat doesn't have an Imperial Order, otherwise this deck is just going to die. Right, I've got Evil Eye Emergence. Now this is a pretty cool card because it lets you special summon 1 familiar Evil Eye token with 400 attack, 400 defense, level 1, Fiend in the Dark. But if you have Evil Eye Selene, I hope you see the pattern. The main card of the theme of this card is Evil Eye of Selene. You special summon 2 of them instead. And then you cannot special summon anything except for Fiend, but that doesn't really matter because our entire deck is literally Fiend monsters. And then you can banish this from the graveyard, and your opponent cannot target Evil Eye spells or traps with card effects, and this is once per turn. So that's pretty cool. There's a secondary effect in the graveyard, and that's the theme with these Evil Eye cards. They actually have secondary effects in the graveyard, which is pretty cool. And then I am running 2 Evil Eye confrontations. This is pretty cool. So if you have an Evil Eye monster, which we always should have, target 1 spell or trap card and destroy it. However, if you've got Evil Eye of Selene in your spell or trap zone, you banish the destroyed card, and you can only activate once of these per turn. And then I'm running 3 Evil Eye Awakening. This allows you to special summon one Evil Eye from your hand or graveyard, so it extends combos. But if you have Evil Eye of Selene, you can actually special summon from the deck, which is insane because you could use that in junction with other cards to just extend. So if you need a free body on the field for something, you could just use Evil Eye Awakening and get something like that back, just to extend into combos. Yeah, so that will allow you to link summon if you need to. And then I have 3 Evil Eye of Gorgonale. Now this is quite a cool card, and this is why I really like the Evil Eye engine, because the spell cards are actually the most important cards in the deck. Only equipped to Evil Eye. Its name changes to Evil Eye of Selene when it's in the field and trap zone. So actually all the cards that say you need Evil Eye of Selene, you can actually make it work with Gorgonale as long as it's activated. Now this is really cool. If your opponent's life points, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, whatever monster you equip it to gains the difference. And that's insane because the Evil Eye of Selene, as you'll see in a minute, actually every time it's activated, you lose 500. So essentially in this deck, it's a very like all or nothing deck. You're going to be low on life points, and you're also going to be low on, you're going to be high on attack. So that's what the deck is for. And that's why I really gravitated towards it. Now, if this goes into the graveyard, you can banish it and add one Evil Eye card from your deck. Discard one Evil Eye card from your hand, and then add Evil Eye spell or trap from your graveyard, from the deck to your hand. So it's a searcher as well when it goes into the graveyard. So I'm running 3 of those. It's optimum, I believe. And then we have the MVP of the deck, the Evil Eye of Selene. This is an amazing card. That's why I'm running 3 of them. So you can only equip it to Evil Eye, monster. And then when that monster cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. And your opponent cannot target it without card effects. So it literally makes it immune once it's got this equipped. And then every time you activate the equipped monster's effect or just any Evil Eye spell or trap card effect, so even in the graveyard, you lose 500 life points. But your monster that it's equipped to gains 500. So you're losing 500 or gaining 500. And if you pair it with this, so if you activate Selene first, and then you activate Evil Eye of Gorgonale, you'll lose 500 from Selene and gain 500. And if your opponent's life points are less anyway, they're going to be less because they're going down by 500 once you activate this, you will add a 500 to your monster. So essentially your monster has 1,000 added to it, which is insane. Like the amount of attack points you can get with these 2 cards is absolutely insane. Now the secondary effect is, if it's in the graveyard, you can banish one Evil Eye spell or trap, except for Selene, and you can bring it back from the graveyard, and it will cost you 1,000. So you can set it on the field and it'll cost you 1,000. And the great thing is, because it's going to cost you 1,000, you pair with Gorgonale, your monster gains 1,000 anyway, because you should be lower than your opponent. And then the next thing I'm running is 2 Evil Eye Repose. Now Evil Eye Repose is, I mostly use it for its first effect, which is you activate it, banish an Evil Eye card from your graveyard and draw a card, and that's about it really. But the other cool effect is, if there's a monster with Evil Eye of Selene equipped, every time it does battle, you can banish the monster. So instead of sending it to a graveyard, you can banish the monster. And then if this is destroyed by a card effect, you can target up to 3 banished cards and give them back into the deck. Now this works really cool with the Cerziel. Cerziel pops that gets your banished cards back into your deck. So everything does combo. I know it does seem like they have really bad drawbacks, but they don't. And the last thing I'm running is Evil Eye Domain Pareidolia. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. And this is probably the most gorgeous looking card in the entire deck, I think. I don't think the camera does it justice. This looks really, really cool. And what is this? Well, this is just the field card. When it's activated, you get one Evil Eye monster. So essentially you want to play that, and then you want to get him. So then you can play him and get the Evil Eye and start your combo. And the other thing it does is, during the damage calculation, if the Evil Eye monster is attacked by your opponent while you have an Evil Eye of Selene in your spell and trap zone, you can make the damage that you take to your opponent. And then if this is destroyed by a card effect, you can target Evil Eye monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. So again, great synergy with these 2 when it does get pulled off. And that's the spells, the Evil Eye ones. Okay, so, and then I do run some Evil Eye traps. So I run Evil Eye Defeat, amazing. So if you control an Evil Eye, you can target a monster, or up to 2 if you got Eye of Selene in your spell and trap zone and return them to the hand. You can only activate it once per turn because that's an incredible effect. I run 1 Mesmerism, Evil Eye Mesmerism. Now this is pretty cool because if your opponent special summons a monster, and then you target the special summon monster, it has to be in attack position. And if it's got less attack than one of your Evil Eye monsters that you control, you take control of that card. And it's amazing because most of the time, if you've got Evil Eye Selene, you're going to have less life points and you should have high attack points anyway. So sometimes it's sort of like a mind control. And I'm running 2 Evil Eye Retributions. Now what this does is, it's a spell and trap card. If you've got Evil Eye monster, you just negate it. However, if you have Evil Eye Selene as well on the field, this card cannot be negated. Its activation and effect cannot be negated. You can only activate one of those a turn. And then I've got generic spell cards and trap cards. So for the generic spell, I've got Forbidden Chalice, common. Again, this one is good. The other thing is it also negates effects of cards, so just in case the opponent's got something. Foolish Burial, again, there's so many targets in this deck that you can Foolish Burial and you get something off them. So this is really good combo starter as well, because you could just send the Evil Eye, you can send Evil Eye, you can send Cersio, you can send Medusa if you really wanted to. You can send Canterbury Pass because he'll special summon himself up if you need to extend something. So it's pretty good for that particular reason. And then we have a Terraforming. Again, this with the field card, essentially got 4 of them because Terraforming will get 2 for it. I run 1 Monster Reborn because, again, it's an extender, plus I was making up the budget. So I think Monster Reborn is one of those cards that just works in most decks. And then I also run the Pot of Duality. The triple Pot of Duality. So 3 cards on top of your deck, add one of them to your hand and shuffle the rest back in. You can only activate one of them and you cannot special summon. Now, the special summon is actually not too bad in this Evil Eye deck because essentially your monsters will be so powerful at some point, you don't need to use special summon anyway, but you can if you wanted to. And then we have the 1 Mirror Force. Again, it was cheap. It came as part of the deal, so I just put it in there. Now, the extra deck is not even that big. We have 3 Zerziels, I believe, Zerziel, Ruler of the Evil Eye. Again, he is the beefed up version of the Cerciel, and what he does is, if you link someone with a monster that's 2600 or more attack, he attacks twice. The other thing is, if he's got Evil Eye of Selene equipped, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only activate with that once per turn. However, in the next standby phase, after this card is activated, you need to negate the effect of 1 monster that this card points to. So essentially what I normally do is always put a monster in the middle zone so we can't really negate. You have to activate it. It's mandatory. You have to activate it. But if there's nothing in there, it doesn't really activate. Plus, if your opponent summons something in front of him, he gets to negate that. And the other one is the Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eye. Again, this is Medusa, just beefed up with the Evil Eye. And what she does is she gains 100 for each Evil Eye in your graveyard. And also, if this has got the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo, you target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negates its effect for 1 turn. And also, when you activate this, on your next standby phase, you have to destroy 1 monster that it points to. So essentially, at the bottom of the top, it has to destroy 1 of those monsters. Again, that is mandatory, but if there's nothing on there, I don't think you have to destroy anything. Anyway, that is my deck. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be posting up some duels of this deck and how it does in actual play, so look forward to that. As always, thank you very much. Again, I'll put up how much the deck cost me altogether, and you can see how much it was. Once I am done, I'm not sure what I'll be doing with this deck. Maybe put it back up on sale on eBay, or keep it if I enjoy it. I don't know. But anyway, like, comments and subscribe. Please tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next time.